Hey guys, we are back with the Screen Team doing some movie reviews as we celebrate our 7th anniversary, being joined by Jamie for this first half of the show. We've got the movie Baby Driver coming up in a few minutes, and we've got Sabrina a little bit later on in the show, but our next movie is called All Nighter, and this is a movie that I didn't even hear about. I didn't know anything about it, and you were like, oh, I really want to do this movie. I was like, okay, let's check it out, and honestly, I really enjoyed this film.
Yeah.
I really liked it a lot, man. What were your initial thoughts? We'll get to the plot here in a second, but what were your initial thoughts on All Nighter?
Well, going into it, I didn't really know what to expect because it makes it, if you kind of read online or even watch a preview of it, it looks like, oh, okay, they're trying really hard to make a buddy movie out of this.
Yeah.
The older guy, the younger dude. But it's a little different than that, you know. So if you have that notion going into it, you're hopefully pleasantly surprised like we were.
Yeah.
Or I was.
Yeah. We got like the first scene of the movie is you see Emil Hirsch's character. He's a young guy dating this beautiful girl, and they go and meet the girl's father for kind of an introductory dinner. And it doesn't go very well.
Of course not.
The father's played by J.K. Simmons, and if you know J.K. Simmons, he kind of plays the same role almost. You know, he's a hard dude. You know,
yeah. He seems like he's very straightforward, very strict, you know, kind of thing. And then you find out more of why he's like that as the movie progresses.
So on that first dinner, we got, you know, Red Foreman-esque, you know, J.K. Simmons, but then you got Emil Hirsch's character, who is kind of a tree-hugging, kind of sensitive, deep-thinking musician.
Yeah.
So right there, that very first dinner didn't go very well. So the movie moves on, and for some reason, the boy and the girl, they break up, and the father didn't know that, so he goes and he's looking for his daughter, and he's got to use the help of the ex-boyfriend to find the daughter. So that's the basic premise of the movie, is that they gotta find the daughter. But
it turns into an all-nighter.
It does. And you know, Jamie, this movie, you watch it, and you can see a lot of the plot movements a mile ahead. This movie is very, very predictable, but for some reason, I didn't mind.
Yeah, once they do that, once they make that turn or the next thing happens, you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because it's even though you kind of see it coming, it's not as cliche, I guess. And that seems like an odd thing to say, well, it's predictable, but it's not cliche.
Yeah.
Because a lot of movies that are like, oh, no, a fish out of water kind of thing, they use the same kind of beats.
Yeah.
However, if you want to use movie terms.
Yeah. There was so many good one-liners in this movie. So many good. And I can't think of most of them offhand, but when I was watching the movie, I was just cracking up. But there was this one where there were several scenes where Emil Hirsch is trying to get J.K. Simmons to, you know, date this other girl, or, you know, he's, you know, like, hey, you should talk to her more. And he's just like, yeah, whatever. But there's this one scene after like this yoga instruction scene, and J.K. Simmons talking to, I guess, his ex-girlfriend or fling or something like that, and he's like, okay,
she's from the restaurant.
Yeah, she is from the restaurant too. And he's like, you know, it's good to see you, we'll have to catch up some other time or whatever. And J.K. Simmons looks at the kid, and he's like, close your mouth, Kermit the Frog, you're letting flies in. I cracked up so hard, man. And then there was the scene where J.K. Simmons first, you know, gets reintroduced to Emil Hirsch's character, and he's not doing very good. He's living, you know, with another roommate, and, you know, there's beer bottles and paraphernalia all over the place that's, you know, not appropriate or whatever. And he meets his new roommate, and that new roommate was hilarious.
Yeah.
What's it? You're giving me the creepy vibe, or the there was some good line in there. I forgot what it was.
I forgot what it was. John Daly played that character. He's really good at playing oddball characters. So.
Yeah. A lot of good scenes, a lot of good dialogue in this film as well. I think it is rated R though, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. It's got a fair amount of swearing, because I remember trying to watch it at first, and my kids were still up, and it was in the evening. And like nothing happened for the first 10 minutes or so, and then it's just F-bomb.
Yeah.
And like right when they're in there getting a snack, and my wife looks at me like, you going to watch it? I turned it off for about 30 minutes and let them go to bed. So anyway.
Trust me, I know how that is.
But yeah, one of my favorite lines actually has a swear word in it, because it's just funny. where he keeps asking him where they need to go because Emil Hirsch knows the city and he doesn't, and he's like, "Go that way." What are you? Hopalong
Cassidy? Yeah.
There's an F word in there. So.
This movie is on DVD. I think it just came out like a few weeks ago, so you can definitely find it on DVD. It's got J.K. Simmons, Emil Hirsch. I can't think of the girl's name. She was in Crazy Stupid Love with Ryan, not Ryan Reynolds. Can't even think of his name.
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling. Thank you very much. So yeah, all nighter. I enjoyed it. I think you will too, Jamie.
Yeah.
All right,
movie.
cool. We're excited because we're going to be reviewing the movie Baby Driver. It's coming up next. We'll let you know how it is right here on the Screen Team.